Is this Springbok team strong enough to beat the All Blacks at Eden Park, where the All Blacks haven't lost the game in over 50 years? Rassie Erasmus has named his squad to travel to New Zealand to play the 2 tests. And this is my predicted Springbok team to take on the All Blacks at Eden Park. As always, let me know in the comments what changes would you make? Who would you bring in? Who would you leave out? How would you rotate the bench? Why would you bring certain players in? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Dane here from Kick on Rugby. And it's the big one. We're getting closer to the big one, that Eden Park showdown. All roads lead to Eden Park. 1 versus 2. All Blacks versus the Springboks. Here's what I think the Springboks team, or my predicted Springboks team, is going to look like. Get involved, as always. Tell me why you would have players in, why you wouldn't. What changes would you make? And we're going to get straight into it. So my Springbok team to take on the All Blacks next week at Eden Park. Ox in chair, Thomas du Toit, Malcolm Marx up front. Eben Etzebeth, Ruan Nortje, locks, back row of Marco van Staden, Peter Steph du Toit, Jasper Wiese. 9 and 10, Grant Williams, Andre Pollard. Centers, Damien Dallender, Jesse Creel, captain. Back 3 of Cheslin Colby, Kainan Moody, and Willie Leroux. On the bench, my bomb squad, I've got Bongion Benambi, Wilco Louw, Vincent Koch, R.G. Snyman, Franco Mostert, Kwagga Smith, and then Kobus Reinach, Damian Willemse. A 6-2 split on the bench there. Like I said, let me know what changes would you make, why you would bring certain players in. Do I know anything about Springbok rugby? Do we see Rassie making as many changes? Obviously, guys, there is injury clouds. Sia Kolisi is named in the squad that's traveling, but I still don't think he'll be right. I think Jasper Wiese is named in the squad. His red card ban is over, and I think he gets put straight in there, but we'll get to some of the reasons why. Join the conversation. Let me know in the comments. All right, some of the reasons why. Up front, Ox in chair, Thomas du Toit, Malcolm Marx. Ox in chair, he's one of the first picked. He was outstanding in that win over the Wallabies, good carrying the ball. He's a rock. You're not moving him in the scrum, but I've loved the involvement of his game with regards to everything else that he's doing. Carrying the ball really well, getting over that advantage line, hitting a ton of rucks, and he defends really well around the rucks. So those first and second guys defending, he's really good at defending around there. And that's understated for sure. Malcolm Marx worked on his line-out throwing a lot better in that second game. The first game, the line-outs are kind of versus the Wallabies, got found out. But a connection with the locks worked really well. And he's one of the best hookers getting around. Thomas du Toit came in and really steadied that scrum. Obviously got a big engine, so he gets through a ton of work as well. And it allows someone like Wilco Louw to sit on the bench and then come on later and absolutely just demolish the scrum. So that's why. So I've got that front row. And then the bench front row, you've got Bongion Benambi, vast experience. You've got Wilco Louw and Vincent Koch. These guys can come on. They know what their role is within the squad here, can come on later in the game, can still bring that energy, but bring that calmness with the experience that they have as well. So I like that mix up there. Locks, I've got Eben Etzebeth, Ruan Nortje. So Eben Etzebeth, your man, played over 100, and he's in the top 10 of most capped rugby players ever for all countries. He's in the top 10. He's your enforcer, your line-out guy, but a line-out option. He's not necessarily your line-out guy, but he's definitely a good line-out option. That's where I think Ruan Nortje comes in, but still sticking on Eben Etzebeth brings you the physicality, and it's going to be physical. It is. If it's going to be one thing, it's going to be physical, and you want someone like Eben Etzebeth leading the charge. I think Ruan Nortje comes in and he just mans the line-outs. He's going to come up against a very dominant line-out in the All Blacks line-out, and he's going to want to make sure he gets his own ball, but can also then disrupt the All Blacks ball. And I think he's been really good in that regard. And then you've got someone like R.G. Snyman, Franco Mostert on the bench that can come on. R.G. Snyman's covering lock predominantly. Then Franco Mostert can come on, whether that's in the back row or at lock as well. And he's a great option to have there at line-out time. Someone like Peter Steph du Toit is also a great option at line-out time. My back row, Marco van Staden, Peter Steph du Toit, Jasper Wiese. So like I said, Siya Kolisi, injury cloud, not sure. If he's fit and ready to go, yep, you probably would start him there. But I like this makeup of the back row. So you've got Marco van Staden, who got into his work in that second test versus the Wallabies. Really good at breakdowns, getting over the ball, slowing ball down. And him and Kwagga Smith worked really well in that regard. So look to keep him on and bring Kwagga Smith on later and can really disrupt All Blacks ball, can make sure that they protect their own ball or secure their own ball, but mainly to disrupt the opposition's ball. Peter Steph du Toit goes without saying, one of the best to ever do it, just high work rate. Coming back from concussion, he would have gone through his HIA protocols and he'll be fit and ready to go. He is named in the squad, so I'm sure he'll be good to go. And we all know he loves playing against the All Blacks. I think he made like 26 tackles in that 2023 Rugby World Cup final. And it'll be good to see him go head-to-head with Ari Savia. Then 8, Jasper Wiese. We've missed Jasper Wiese's just brutal carries, just those big carries, coming around the corner, taking 3 or 4 guys, defenders with him, getting over the ad line. Springboks have missed that massively. Last year, he also come off the back of not playing for a long time and then got thrown straight in and started against the All Blacks and was man of the match in that 2024 games. So he's going to come back off about 4 or 5 weeks of rest because he served his headbutt ban. He's going to come in absolutely firing, and that's what you want. Big, strong, physical, number 8, getting over the ad line. That's what you want there. 9 and 10, Grant Williams, Handré Pollard. I think Handré Pollard showed in that second test versus the Wallabies that how important kicking at goal is, how important having a cool, calm and collected number 10 is to just steer the ship, not overcomplicate things, play down the right areas of the field, kick really well. And that definitely showed in that game. Grant Williams' box kicks were to a T as well, and you can best believe Springboks are going to go in with a similar style of play because All Blacks aerially are not up to standard at all. So Springboks will be testing them there big time. And Grant Williams is good in that. His box kicks are really, really good. He's obviously got service, fast off the deck, and a strong pass. Then I've got at centres, Damien Dallender, Jesse Creel captain, tried and trusted. Damien Dallender over the advantage line. Also gives you that late, right at the line, a little pop pass to get forwards or Jesse Creel over the advantage line. His distribution is second to none. He's got one of the best passes on the field every time he plays. And just his smarts around being able to beat players one-on-one or just maneuver players so that he gets the advantage. He gets over the ad line. Strong defender as well. Then Jesse Creel, one of the best 13s, I think, in the world. Didn't have his best game in that first game versus the Wallabies, but made up for it in the second game defensively. Very sound. Will come up against a nippy Billy Proctor, but I think he'll have his man there for sure. Then the back 3. I've got Cheslin Colby, Kane Moody, Willie Leroux. So Kane Moody, Cheslin Colby, they were picked versus the Wallabies in that second test. Cheslin Colby goes without saying, you're picking him. He's fit, you're picking him. There's no Kirtley Orense included in the squad, so he's injured. So I think Kane Moody will get another opportunity. Aerially, he was good, scored the try from the cross kick from Handré Pollard. I think he can get a little bit more involved. He's a big body, so use him off the lineouts to get over the advantage line. I think they can use him a little bit more in that regard. Willie Leroux was named to play, but then got called off because he had a niggle or something like that. I think they go back to having him there. I'm like Apolele Fassi, really good aerially, but I don't think the communication and being cool, calm, and collected is kind of just there yet. So I think they'll go with Willie Leroux again. Again, if they go with Fassi, don't mind that at all. But I think the comms and decision-making from Willie Leroux is something that they'll go for especially in this first test versus the All Blacks at Eden Park. And then on the bench, I've got Kobus Reinach, Damien Willemse. Kobus Reinach can cover 9 and wing. Very, very fast. And then Damien Willemse covers 10, center, fullback. He can cover the rest. So I've got the 6-2 split there. That's my Springbok team. Is the Springbok team strong enough to beat the All Blacks at Eden Park? Only time will tell. It's going to be big. I can't wait for it. Let me know in the comments what changes would you make. Who would you bring in? Who would you leave out? Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye.